Hello, everybody. And for a switch, it is good evening where I am, but that might not be true, especially for those on Team Rewatch. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Margaret Pinard, and I'm a historical fiction and fantasy author and eclectic reader. And today we have something very exciting. We're announcing the 5th annual Black Authortuber Readathon. So when you heard me say author and reader, that means that I participate in two parts of YouTube, the Booktube community with readers and the Authortube community with writers. Now, lately it's been a lot more Booktube and a lot less Authortube because I have been slacking, but I do love to do this readathon every year since I've been on Booktube. So I needed a little bit of time to settle in, and then I thought, oh, what a great idea to help a little bit of my community, my little community, that I can maybe influence and poke at and have fun boosting the signal for. So we're still seeing if Bethanne might be coming on a bit late. I have no idea if she's been delayed on flights or whatever. We set this up and it was going to be okay with her flight schedule, but it now may be in disarray. So we'll hope that she is doing okay and may just pop in a few minutes. So we don't know. But this is the first year I will have a co-host, and that is Bethanne Bruninga Socolar, who some of you probably know. She is another eclectic reader and a scientist and professional and does lots of cool things and does lots of great reviews. So hopefully we'll have her on a bit later to talk about some of her favorites and her TBR or pile of possibilities for February. So that's when this is going to happen. February in the US is Black History Month. Despite what anyone else might say, it's still when we honor Black History Month. And so that's when I decided, well, I'll put an extra little oomph and highlight Black Authortubers. Now I'm gonna put up this link. It's new. There's a little mess up on Bitly, and so I can't get the link that I want. But this will be our link for the spreadsheet where all the channels are, all the buy links are the titles are, and where you can buddy read, etc. So put that away somewhere safe where you won't forget it. And let me just say hi to the chat before we proceed, because I was sort of knocked off my rhythm, but I wanted to say hello to people who were here early, like Eva and Julie. Hello, hello. Sorry to hear you're feeling ill. It couldn't have been me. I can say that. I am not guilty, but I do hope it is less severe than mine. And Greg is here making a joke about flying in. Yes, yes. I'm challenging everyone. Here's the question of the day. Name one Black Authortuber you subscribe to. And like I said, the spreadsheet will give you a big hint because there's a lot of really great ones there. We have a Jocelyn. Hello, hello. Authortuber. We have a Dissident Knight. Hello. And we have a Lynn. Hello, Mad World. Greetings. Some late night owls over there on the east, to the east of me. So welcome here and glad you're joining us for the announcement. So just like the facts of the matter, we have the link for the spreadsheet, which is hopefully as simple as I can make it. I'm not a spreadsheet maven. Bethanne might have better luck with that, but this is what you get with me. The next piece of the facts, ma'am. Why we want to support Black Authortubers. So suppressed voices by the algorithm. This channel came about in 2020 when there was lots of unrest and trying to learn about the differences in life experiences between people of color and white people. And so as part of that journey, we sort of had to own up to or realize or see more clearly all the ways that white people have privilege in their own circles. And one of the ways that I saw this, and I heard about this from other Black Authortubers and other people of color, is by hearing that the algorithm will often suppress an author of color who has a channel and is doing like the same things as a white author, especially a young female white author. So, we know who makes the algorithms and we know why they're that way. So we'll leave that discussion for another day. Suffice it to say that there are built-in prejudices to the system. And so in order to help counteract that, we have a month where we dedicate special time to boosting the signal of our friends who are authors on the YouTube who have channels and books to sell and great stories to tell. So that is just my little plug for why I want to support Black Authortubers and what I could do with my Februaries with my channel. So hopefully that appeals to people and makes it easy to join in and participate. How do you participate, you ask? Well, boom. What it takes to participate in the Black Authortuber Readathon, which is BAT Readathon for short, it's very simple. It's just read a book. Like I said, I've got that spreadsheet and I can actually share the screen to show what it looks like. Like I said, it's as simple as I can make it. I am not a spreadsheet maven, but this is what we've worked on since 2022. So you can see we're on the tab for 2026, and I've got all the previous authors, some hidden if they were harder to find, but mostly just still all on there. And I have added mine for this year at the bottom here, and I'm still debating some of the others that I might join in on. But basically, we put the author name, we put their channel name so you can subscribe, we put a title of a book, what genre it is to help people find what they're possibly interested in. And we've got all the genres. You cannot go wrong. There's something for everyone in there. And then if you want to participate and read one of these books, you put your name here, like Margaret. And then you put your channel so they can subscribe to you to see your review. And then I've put the buy link, and a lot of these are affiliate links. So, I think I get 70 cents if you pay $15 for a book. So I have no idea what the affiliate rate is for the ebooks, probably like 3 cents. But it's just a way to, build up a little bit of book money through sites that will help me buy more of their books. Because this is my only exception for buying on Amazon, is that a lot of Black Authortubers will publish only on Amazon because of accessibility, because of time constraints, etc. And so if that's the only way that they can sell their books, I still want to support them. And that is my exception to the Amazon rule. So if you buy through Amazon, maybe I'll eventually get enough pennies to buy more books. That's my argument. And then the final link, here's an example. The final column is going to be where you put your review video link so people can find your review. And up at the top, I just said, etiquette, manners, rules, and the links. So the links are this spreadsheet, which you can share with a shorter URL at the top. And then I put the playlist link down here at the bottom, 2026 BAT Readathon 1. Again, apologies for the bit.ly mess up. I fiddled and I couldn't make it work. So I just had to change them this year. But we'll get back to normal next year and it'll be easier. So that's the spreadsheet. Hopefully, if I can do it, you guys can do it because, simple spreadsheets. And what do I have next? Some of the greats. So I have put down a few of my favorites from the past 4 years. Let me jump into chat first. Tiffany, yay! Tiffany writes awesome books. She pivoted. She did a big hard thing, pivoting from Kindle Vella, which she had an excellent business model on, and having to redo everything to appeal to short novels instead of the Kindle Vella. So she is resilient. I admire her Authortube style. It's great. Spreadsheet. Thank you. Wrong? Wait, what? Trying again. Uh-oh. Did I? So I think this one is the second link, which means it's the playlist link. And this one is the spreadsheet link. If that is wrong, let me know and I'll try again. I thought I ironed this out before the stream. It took me like 20 minutes. Okay. So hopefully that's right. I will fix it in the description down below if it is not afterwards. So sorry about that, everybody. But we'll straighten that out going on and make sure that it goes to the right place. Favorites. So let me pop up some favorites here because we've got plenty of years to go back over. I'm just going to copy and paste here. There's the first year that I did, I was subscribed to Penelope. That's Leslie. She still has a great podcast. She's sort of switched up her channel over the years. And one of her shorter novels is called Angel Born. It's a fantasy romance. There's a lot of the same vibes, I feel, as Laini Taylor. And so I'm a big fan of Laini Taylor. So when I read this, it was like cute and quirky, but also sort of dripping with epic world building vibes. And so it was a good romance. So that was a very nice one. It's so dang late, is it? It's 7 p.m. here. I don't think it's that late. Okay. I also had, I think this is the same year, an Alexandra Warren book called In His Corner. And that is a sports romance. It may be the first sports romance that I ever read by Alexandra Warren. And it's boxing, and there's some like really dramatic, I wouldn't say soap opera-y, but just on the side that I like of soap opera-y, and some good like emotional resonance and that kind of thing. So that was a good first for me. Oh, here's another first, a horror book. I think this may well be the first horror that I ever read and enjoyed. That is by Lizelle Sambury, who is a very successful traditional published author, which is a bit rarer here on Authortube. So her book was called Delicious Monsters. She's got several since then, different genres and everything. But Delicious Monsters was a book that combined haunted house vibes with dual timeline and like supernatural and just like really creepy. And there are some trigger warnings. I will put this in there, but yeah, it's a horror. You would expect that, right? So that was really good. She's also a Canadian author if you're looking for like different readathons. So that's great. And then the last one, I think it was last year, and that is, oh, that's not what I meant to do. T.J. Young and the Orishas, which is by Antoine. I spelled Antoine wrong. Antoine Bandele. Sorry about that. And he is actually a much bigger YouTuber than he is an author. So he has kind of two brands going on. So I think he does different kinds of, like talk to the camera, gaming, reviewing pop culture stuff. And then he will secondarily slide into author stuff every once in a while. So that is a great book. T.J. Young and the Orishas is supernatural, superhero, portal fantasy with the energy of West African folklore. So it's a really great combination, and it's got like a series built on. So really highly recommend the channel, but also the books, because the channel is not really about the books, just so you know. Okay, we have Bethanne. Are you ready to come on? Give me a thumbs up. All right. Yay!
Yay! Can you hear me and everything?
Yes. All
Yay!
good.
Awesome. I have connectivity issues. I've been here before. My computer didn't remember the Wi-Fi password. They have a QR code to like get Wi-Fi, but none of my phones would tell me the password. And then we were all trying to figure out the password so I could get it onto my computer, and it was the whole thing. And but I'm here.
I'm glad I cooperated. Yay!
I'm
so sorry. I got through all like the facty linky stuff, and I may have had already a bad link. So we've got technology challenges in all aspects. But why don't you just introduce yourself to the audience, and then we'll catch up on all the little things, and then you can talk about some favorites.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm Bethanne. I have a YouTube channel. It is under my full name, which is Bethanne Bruninger Socolar, which is awful. I can pop it in the chat. I should have come up with like a cute handle, but creativity is not really my thing. And it didn't happen. But yes, and I read all kinds of things. Pretty much every genre, maybe a little light on horror, but other than that, if it exists, I'm trying to read it. That's kind of the goal. Read as many books as I can in the time I've got. So yeah. Yeah, I like to do a lot of single book reviews, some TBRs and wrap-ups, and I've been participating in this readathon, I think, every year that you've done it.
2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just
yeah,
awesome.
excited to be here. Where did I put my list? I have my list of all my authors and things.
Okay. I
Well,
have this spreadsheet up. And so if you have like
cool.
leftover from previous years, you can check on that.
Yeah.
Or you can get your list while I just jump over to the chat.
Yeah, I have a notebook somewhere.
Awesome.
Clearly misplaced it in the panic.
Great.
But I have like links up for all the books I've read for this readathon in the past and everything. So
Oh, wow. Okay. Awesome.
yeah.
All right. So let me just say hello, Lydia. Hello, hello. Yes, we're getting a DL Tillery. She's a lovely name. She's on the spreadsheet for horror. And JC is here. JC's on the spreadsheet. She's a Black Authortuber. Came in on Delicious Monsters. Such a fantastic book.
I've read one of her books too.
So yes, we both have.
Yeah.
All right. So let me put my notes back up because my notebook like expanded and moved across the screen, so I can't see it anymore. There we go. Any other questions that I had that you could comment on? No, I think you're gonna catch right up with the one that is the best. It's the favorite. So if you have links, you can put them in the chat, or you could just talk about the books that you were reading, and I can put it up on a banner.
Sorry, I'm supposed to talk about past favorites?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Pick one, pick two, pick three. I went with 4 for all 4 years.
I was gonna say, wait a second. I'm prepared for this, but I got distracted because I was like, I need to go through all the ones that I've read, and then I was thinking about all the ones that I've read, and then I was going down the list and I was thinking about all the ones I want to read, and then it was very stressful because I started narrowing it down to what's actually reasonable to read in 1 month for this year, and I think I didn't come back to that really awful question of picking favorites.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, okay. How about this one? Why do you think it's so important to participate in a Black Authortuber Readathon? That's what I started off with. So I'll give you that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I can totally off the cuff come up with favorites. That's fine. But yeah. Well, the main thing is, I know on Booktube, we all talk a lot about trying to read diversely, and a lot of people really make that a focus of their channels, which is really wonderful. And I try to do that throughout the year as well. But I still think that February has a really great purpose of just like, it gives us a focal point, a time to really highlight and really signal boost. And people pay attention because it's such a cultural month. It's just embedded in American culture that's what we do in February. So I think that aspect of getting that like extra signal boost of highlighting Black authors is really useful. And then you probably said this, Margaret, before I came on, but just being part of the Booktube community, which melds into the Authortube community. Like I follow authors on Booktube, and so I want to support their voices. And it's a nice way to kind of take a little slice of what are some Black authors that I can really focus on for this month, given that I try to read diversely through the year as well. So I really like that.
And given that you're like adjacent to that community, you'll probably be able to comment and get answers and like get to know them and maybe hear about like the background to their stories or So really
exactly. Yeah.
And Julie said hello too. Julie is feeling under the weather, but still here. She's a trooper. All right. So some favorites. We'll wrap back into 4 years, and just feel free to pick as many or as few as you want. And then the next will be the Pile of Possibilities challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, the one that just like lives in my head and I think about it a lot is one I read last year. And I just came out of the gate saying I don't read much horror. So this was a horror book that blew me away. And it's LaSalle Sambury's Delicious Monsters, which I recommend all the time. And like I said, I just think about it all the time because it was just so impactful, so compelling, so beautiful. The characters were fascinating. And it was just the perfect application of like supernatural horror to highlight a real life problem, which is the stories of missing Black girls. And to me, that's just like, that's perfect literature, right? It takes you out of yourself a little bit, gives you an amazing story, scene, imagery, but is about something really real and really impactful. So yeah, that lives rent-free in my head all the time.
Nice. Yeah. Awesome. That's one of the ones I mentioned too. So that's
okay.
It gets a seconded of approval, which is nice.
Okay. Well, also, can I have another favorite?
Yes. I'm just gonna put
Yeah, so I really enjoyed reading some romances by Nicole Falls, and this was useful for prepping for this call because I got to go back through all these books, and I actually haven't thought about those since I read them in the first round, I think, of the Black Authortuber Readathon in
Uh-huh.
2022. And I read one, it was short, like 160 pages, and then I just kept going. I had to read like 4 of them because they were just delightful. Just again, great characters, great stories, believable romances, and tied up in a nice little bow. So I really enjoyed those.
Nice. I think romance has been my most visited genre. There are all genres represented, of course, so you can find whatever you are looking for or whatever you're in the mood for if you're a mood reader. But I think that's what I most reliably like connect with for this readathon, which is nice. I always like a good romance. So I'm just going to point out, this is the other link. So the playlist where you will see Bethanne's videos, where you will see Sandy's, where you will see like everyone who's participated before and dropped a video. I snatched it up and put it in the playlist. So if you're curious about any of these, you might find a review in the playlist. So leave that in there. Pile of possibilities time. Okay, so some of the lovely guests in our chat have been on the channel before for the readathon. So, you know, you guys can come on for the kickoff. You can suggest people. You can participate as well. But I'm always trying to comb up like new faces and meet new people and encourage new authors to come on and participate. So I've got a little list of people who I've put and added and like have been trying to schedule with behind the scenes, which is sort of exciting. And I don't know if Bethanne is planning to add any new faces, channels, books to the spreadsheet. What do you have for your pile of possibilities?
Yeah, I don't think I added any new ones, but the ones I have my eye on. Okay, so I dragged this book all the way to California because
Oh my gosh!
it arrived the day before we left, and
Oh,
I'm not going to start
perfect.
it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be real good. I'm not going to start it till February 1st. We're going to be part of the readathon, but I wanted to hold it up. So
Awesome. This is
So
Kimberly Lemming.
this one's a definite. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kimberly Lemming, That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon, which did you read this last year?
I did not. I have not read it yet.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to remember who talked about it. Anyway, somebody read it and it sounded fantastic. So I'm going to give this a try. And then I also have gone ahead and signed myself up for In the House of Transcendence by Amanda, the author.
Okay. Yeah.
Queer fantasy, sounded like some really cool magic. I looked at some of the reviews on Storygraph and Goodreads, and people were talking about just really great characters and a great storyline. So I want to give that a shot. And so those are the 2 ones I'm definitely doing. And then I was thinking about adding to get a little romance in there. Where was it? Angelborn Fantasy Romance by Elle Penelope.
You haven't read it yet?
No, I haven't.
It's short. It's very good.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. I also highlighted that and I said it gives me Laini Taylor vibes. So if you like those, yeah, I liked it. She's great.
Awesome.
Her podcast is great. And I would also say I just saw Kimberly Lemming on a video and she was talking about her run-in with Canadian Border Police. So, you know, just to give another reason why we're trying to support our friends who are getting harassed.
Yeah. Oh,
exactly. Okay, so I had some on mine that I will pop into the chat. I'm reading some of these in advance because I can't depend on reading them all in February, but this one I read already. It's my first Fated Mates trope. It's called Mated by Moonlight. It involves werewolves, so you know you have some fun. And it's by Inez Johnson, and so I'm excited to have her on the channel, hopefully, which is very neat. And I enjoyed this a lot. So yes, fantasy, romance, etc. And then I've got Exposing Lesser Demons by K.N. Robertson. That channel is called Peace Love Robbie, and she is just really great on camera when she's talking, and she's got lots of updates and really cool author journey videos, so I'm very excited to talk to her. I can't remember what the tagline is for Exposing Lesser Demons. It's like fantasy, but with a twist. Like a apocalyptic is the feeling it gave me, like a little Octavia Butler-ish. So I was like, oh, this sounds really good too. So I'm excited about that. Kiana's here. Hello, hello. My next one is a channel called Brianna Michelle. She writes romance. And that one is called Finding My Way Out of Darkness, which has an ebook on Amazon, but a paperback on Bookshop. So I'm like, so I usually stick with ebooks for this because I buy a whole bunch. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I need to go with the paperback for this one. So we'll see. We'll see about that.
Hard decisions. Yeah.
The final one here is another fantasy romance, because that's just how I lean. And it's called When the Moon Whispers of Blood by Garnell Wallace.
That sounds spooky.
Yeah, that looks like a paranormal romance as well. And what's really cool is I'm hoping to get the romance authors on a panel together. And there's going to be a couple who are Caribbean authors. So Caribbean spotlight, which would be really fun because I talked to Callie Browning last year, and and
her great conversation. Yeah,
so, yeah, excited to just do another part of the world.
Yeah.
Woo. Kat was here. Hello. Everyone's saying this is so late for me. This is 7 p.m. Everybody, 7 p.m. Pacific time.
That's my fault.
Yeah, it's I can stay up this late. It's safe. Yeah. Okay. So pile of possibilities and then different genre shout outs. So maybe we can break down the Black Authortuber that you've heard of or learned about in the comments and shout out other names when you think of different genres. So romance, I had T.L. Russ on my list. How about you?
Oh goodness. Well, hang on. I gotta remind myself where we're at. Oh, Alexandra Warren.
Yes.
We haven't mentioned yet. Yeah. Yep. So another romance that I want to try sometime. Yeah.
February's a good month for romance. That's the other thing that pushes it up the list for me, right?
True.
Science fiction. Did you read a Michael Laron book?
I did. I read 2 Michael Laron books in the first year because they're short and action packed. And they're pretty cool because they follow different characters. And I don't think if I'm remembering correctly, I don't think the characters were connected really, but it was, same world sort of thing. So yeah, just could breeze through them. Really creative. And I've been meaning to get back to his series because it's a really long series. I think there's 7 or 8 books in it. So yeah, first 2 really enjoyed them, and I'll get back to it someday. The second book ended with he teased planet eating darkness sort of thing, right? Okay. And I was just like, oh my God, this is a lot. So I took a little break.
Nice.
So I'll get back to it. Yeah.
Jocelyn says it's not too late for me. No, I see Jocelyn at all times of the day. So I'm not sure if you're an early bird or a night owl. And JC does point out truthfully, I'm used to chats in the evenings just randomly. I usually stream during the day. True. But I'm flexible. I'm thinking for our kickoff on the 31st so that we're getting people engaged for the month of February, that it'll be another nighttime stream, and that's Saturday night. So that was one of my things to ask Bethanne if Saturday night is a possibility when you're back home. But Tiffany also says more used to being on at 11 a.m. True. I feel more awake when it's the evening for you. Are you telling me I should adjust my streaming schedule? Yay! Shout out. And Jocelyn's going to try to squeeze in a few words tonight. All right, so we might do some sprinting. Jocelyn probably find it on another channel since I'm not a sprinter at the moment. What else do we have? Fantasy. We have Morgan Lee who does fantasy, and didn't you talk to Shannon about that?
Yes. Yeah, Shannon. Was that the first year or the second year, maybe? Yes, and I've read both of the first 2 books in the Seedlings trilogy. That are out. I just
it's coming out soon, right?
Okay, I was gonna say I checked it. It's not out yet because I wanted to be ready to talk about it because if it was out, I need to finish that trilogy. So yeah, dark fantasy. Some horrible stuff happens to your favorite characters. But that's that can be really heart-wrenching and real. So Yeah, and like battle between gods. I mean, it's intense. So that one is well, I mean, there's like fun, and then there's fun. You know, it's fun, but it's also stressful because of all the stuff that's happening to your characters. But those, yeah, I enjoyed both of those. And Shannon and I talked about the first one, which was a live stream that should be on my channel, so you can go check out.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
What else? We have thriller, and I know Tracy Momi Reads is the channel. She has a thriller coming out that's like a political thriller in February. Ooh. So I'm pretty excited about that one. What about you? Is there thrillers that you've read for this, or that you have no?
I have not. Yeah, I have not read thrillers for this, but of course, The Reformatory by Tananarive has been on my TBR. A few people read it last year, where it went around.
Not a thriller, that's horror. I mean,
okay.
I would call it horror.
Okay, well, maybe I'm jumping ahead to horror. So yeah, then I don't have any thrillers on my list for this one.
Yeah. Oh man, Leslie and I discussed that one in a live, and it was
okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think I have a vague memory of that. Yeah, because I was like, I know I've seen people talking about it, and it sounded good, but it's the sort of thing I'm a little nervous about. So.
Well, I weathered it. I was okay.
Cool. Okay.
What was the other one where I stopped? Did you finish the Indigenous horror book? Leslie loved it. I couldn't get past a certain scene in the middle.
I haven't read. No, is it the Stephen Graham Jones? Yeah.
Only Good Indians.
Yes. That's another one. I'm like, I want to read it.
So
I don't know. I think yeah. I'll need to pick the right
we all have our lines, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Someday.
Poetry. There's my JC Carpenter shout out. Woohoo! So there are several poetry in the spreadsheet, I think. Do you have any of those on your?
Well, okay. So wait, yeah, because I knew JC Carpenter had written poetry, but I don't think I've read any of her poetry. I read the Diary Succession of Lies, the fiction, which was fascinating. And now I have to remember a synopsis. And actually, I had a link up about it to help myself remember. So give me 1 second, because it's a woman who is basically going through her mother's diary. And so like all the pieces of her past are like starting to click, and like things about her family and things about her mother. And so, so family secrets getting unearthed. And so it was fascinating. And I thought it was really well done from the standpoint of you're following our main character through what she's going through in real life, and she's got family drama happening, and so you're getting like those slices of what's happening in the modern time, and then she's dealing with that and having all the emotions about that, and then she's also getting this like emotional baggage from this diary and the family secrets. So so that was a really fun one to read too.
Nice. So Greg is asking, was that Michael Oran? And I think that's yes.
That was the space science fiction planet eating darkness.
3 words. I think you just signed someone up.
Cool. It was fun.
All right. She said she's working on it in terms of Morgan, and then Morgan walked in. So hello. And Morgan, then Lynn said political thriller.
Give me the book.
Yeah, I know. We're all exerting our tractor pull on seed among the number 3. So yes, we're just talking about you because we love you. And JC has the weight of her, right? The new one. And tell us what genre that is.
Oh, okay.
Put it on the spreadsheet yourself if it's not on there yet. Photos. What? Not 100%. We're reading a BAT book during the month of February, or it kicks off February 1st and lasts all year. It's for the month of February. So
but you can read them all year.
Right.
Yeah.
The idea is that you get all the inroads, all the hype, all the fun of reading with someone during February, but also taking down all the books that other people talk about. So you have a bounty of TBR for the rest of the year. But yeah, this is energy put in during the month of February to like concentrate the goodness, and then you have the resources the whole year. It's almost done, kind of. Oh my gosh, awesome! Okay.
Exciting. Yeah.
That is exciting. And then JC says The Weight of Her, contemporary fiction. All
Okay.
right. Awesome.
Yeah. Which is what the diary was as well. Yeah.
Right. Good
Yeah.
deal. And then the last one I put in there was memoir. And I know that Leslie really enjoyed the Brandon K. Goodman, Gotta Be Me. So that is one that I took out from the library. And that is a really like creative craft book. So if you're looking for one of those, there's like memoir in there too, just to illustrate like all the different genres and give some more shout outs. So that's what that was.
Yeah. Cool.
Why reviews are important for small authors. This is the section. I don't know. This isn't patting myself on the back. This is more like trying to build a stool for myself, I suppose. But this is for the whole community, right? Just letting people know who are readers that maybe you don't know how hard it is to be a small author on the other side trying to get the word out. So this is why I put a little scale, a little balance thing. It's just like oftentimes if you're tiny, you can shout, shout, shout and feel like it's just going into a void because some big forest affiliated thing has its paw on that scale. And so often it's hard to be heard, to mix metaphors. But it's really great to have Booktube because we can all talk to others about the books we love, the channels that we love listening to, the reviews that we trust, and all things like that. So we both spread the word for small businesses to support, as well as like have a great story to talk about. And books, I think one of the things I love about it is that they get us talking about things that we didn't know we kept inside or didn't know that others shared. And so it opens up a lot of our internal strife, I think, to question and sort of look at it a different way. So what about you? What's your perspective on reviews and authors? And this gets a little gray area on Authortube and Booktube.
Sure. Yeah. Well, and hashtag not an author. So my my standpoint is from the reader perspective. And I mean, honestly, well, I think I'm probably sort of a little bit weird. Like I love the experience of like reading things that maybe don't have quite as much hype and sort of feeling like I'm finding the party or finding a gem or something, and then getting excited about it, getting to talk about it. Like that's really fun. And definitely just following some author channels, and I hear that feedback about just how helpful reviews can be. And it's like, as a reader, of course there are some popular things I want to keep up with and everything, but because I enjoy the product so much, why wouldn't I shift my reading a little bit towards things that aren't getting as much promotion or as much attention? And actually be able to sort of have my voice in the conversation as well, by being able to say like, no, I actually think this piece of writing is really important. This piece of writing is really lovely, and getting to have a say in what's out there, and what other people might decide to pick up. So I think that can be really powerful as a reader too, that I don't just passively accept, what's on the shelf at Barnes and Noble on any given month. I get to stick my little oar in and be like, these are the things I want to read more of.
Yeah.
So I like being able to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you an early adopter in any other aspect of your life, or is it like books where you're kind of like searching it out?
Yeah, well, and even with books, I mean, my physical TBR is like most of the books on it are probably 50 years old. I mean, I'm very slow for everything. Yeah.
Right. I'm not an early adopter either, but you know what I do love to say? I am allergic to hype. So yeah, one of the great things about having a small Authortube channel that you're like keyed into is you love their style, is that you write a comment and they're like so excited that someone knows where they are and where they live and knows their books, which I know from both sides because I've talked to people and then I've had people talk to me, and it's a great feeling. So
yeah, well, and I'm pretty introverted, and so like I don't really want to go talk to authors in person. Like, even though I'm an avid reader, the idea of going to a book signing, I'm like, what would I even say? Like, I would probably just show up and like not make eye contact and hand my book and get a signature and then like run away. And so I get to actually interact in a way that's comfortable for me as a pretty introverted reader, and so that's really fun to to actually hear those behind the scenes, say I really liked something, and not have that in-person pressure.
yeah,
So that's nice. Yeah.
These channels are fun. So, we get more added to your community? Let's see. Tiffany said absolutely, and I don't remember what it was about anymore, but I think it was probably about reviews. We'll take it. We'll take it for reviews are good. Greg says, is this specifically about reviews on YouTube or written reviews on places that sell books? Where should a reader put their effort? That is a good question. So for the purposes of the spreadsheet, when I say put a link here to your review, I'm assuming that it's mostly YouTubers that are participating. So I would expect a YouTube video review, whether it's a standalone or a wrap up. But I guess it could be like if you are a booktuber or a commenter and don't have a channel where you make videos, you could also put a link to your review on Amazon or Goodreads or Book Storygraph or wherever else, right? You can even leave reviews on your library app. I don't do that because that's like too much duplication, but I realized that recently. I was like, wow. So yeah, wherever you're comfortable and have enough time to do. I think any author anywhere would be happy to see it. You were already here. I don't think you're too late.
I think she's talking about being late to things in our lives. Like, are we early adopters?
Oh, gotcha.
Late adopters, yeah.
Late adopter. Yeah, gotcha.
I hear you. Me too.
Tiffany says, as an author, I love knowing what readers are thinking, not even just on my books. I like seeing what touches someone because it makes me want to work harder to find that emotion and share it myself. Oh, that's a good one. She's mining for psychological triggers. I like it. I do that too. Okay. Why word of mouth builds community? I think I might have like rolled into that. Does that?
Yeah, I think we're kind of getting there too. Yeah.
Spark anything else or any other thoughts, or is that kind of what we all already discussed?
I mean, I know personally, like I'm much more likely to go out and pick up a book if somebody I know or somebody I follow and have watched a lot of their content or something, if they're talking about a book and making it sound really great. That's going to do a lot more for me than reading some random review online or just seeing it in a display in a store. So that's going to make me pick up the book. And then the communication, right? It makes you want to come back and report back. And I really like that about Booktube and Authortube, I think too, is that because you're leaving a comment and your name is tied to it and you have a channel or you have a link to your Storygraph or something, like it really can open up that two-way dialogue, which builds community. And here we are, like where we know everybody who's hopping into the chat, right? I mean, it's really lovely. Yeah.
All right. So we're on my last category here, which is support small biz, supports BIPOC authors, support those you know on YouTube. This is a confluence of all three in most cases. So I'm just going to do this spreadsheet one more time. And Bethanne, if you, from the perspective of someone who is probably better at spreadsheets and who has been looking at this for 5 years, if you look at this and can, tell me what's missing or what makes it hard to read or whatever, let me know. But just to go over this one more time, the link should be in the description. That should work. And if it takes you to a different tab, there's different years on the tab. So I basically copied and pasted and then added on for each year. So did I add it? Yes, I did. Okay. So what you'll see is the channel name, the channel link, the title that you're reading, the genre. And then this is where you put your name in this column and your channel so that people can find you. And if you want to read a book for the readathon, that's great. But if you want to be extra, because we do have friends that like to be extra, you do a buddy read. So what's so great about buddy reads, Bethanne? To put you on the spot.
I'm trying to think back to like that buddy read with Shannon. And I think the thing I liked the most was just hearing what she picked up in the book. That either like it's really fun when you are totally vibing with somebody and you pick up on the exact same things that we're talking about. I'm talking about Morgan's first book, Seed Among the Thorns. And Shannon would sometimes we'd pick up on the same things and just build off of each other's excitement, which was really fun. And sometimes we'd just pick up on totally different things, or we'd find different meaning in different characters. And that's the sort of thing that makes me more likely to do a reread, is because I get intrigued by, you know, what the other person had to say about the book. So I feel like it's almost like reading it another half level deeper to be able to read with somebody else and hear their thoughts on it.
For sure. For sure. So I would say if you, whoa, I almost went out of the studio. If you put your name and your channel link in those 2 columns, that lets other people contact you, leave a comment on your YouTube channel that says, oh, hey, I'm interested in reading the same book. And then you would go over to, sorry, I'm on the wrong tab. I can't highlight it. Then you would go over to this column and have a buddy read on YouTube, which I love to do as well, and put the link for that so that people can watch the live buddy read, because those are super fun to watch. For example, Leslie does buddy reads with some of the romances she's been experimenting with. I haven't read them, but I always drop by because they always have hilarious things to say. So it's fun for all of us. So that is hopefully what will enable this to be a useful tool for folks. And then, like I said, there's the playlist link as well on my channel with all of the reviews and wrap-ups and things from years past for inspiration. Late to the hyped books. Oh, okay. Got it. Thanks, Kiana, for clarifying. Dissident Night. How does one link their Goodreads review? I think whenever I leave a review, there is a specific URL for, you go to the book and then you go to your review that other people can see. It's not the editing one, but it's almost there. And you could use that URL in the spreadsheet if you wanted. It took me to a playlist. Okay. So this is the link confusion that Greg pointed out earlier. It should be right in the description, but maybe not. Let me just do this here. Spreadsheet.
Where are we at?
Try this one, JC. I had to switch around the thing because Bitly wouldn't let me change. It wouldn't let me edit the back half or the short thing, and I don't pay for it.
Yeah, it looks like the spreadsheet link in the video description, it tells me it's going to the playlist also.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I could just give you the whole thing if that'll accept it as a comment. There we go. Let's see if that goes through. If you can click on that, that is the actual spreadsheet that I was just trying to make easier, but apparently that did not work. So yeah, there's the spreadsheet.
That just worked for me. So hopefully it works for JC.
Yeah. And I'll redo it one more time. I thought I got it right, but apparently not. So we'll do that one more time and then make sure everyone can get in there.
I should have thought of testing that. I was testing some of the book links in the spreadsheet last night and then got tired and went to bed. But
yeah, I saw you pointed out one and I updated it. Yeah. So thank you.
yeah, no worries.
Let's see. This is word of mouth, upcoming panels. So as I said, some of the pile of possibilities that I included that are now on the spreadsheet are those who I hope will come on the channel. I want a fantasy panel and a romance panel, and then one standalone interview. And so, you know, if you were hoping to maybe come in and participate, let me know. Yeah, I'd love to highlight Black Authortubers in February. And I don't know if Bethanne has plans for special videos, but we're going to talk about that next time.
But everything I will read, everything I'll read, I will definitely review. And that's about as far as I get.
Okay. All right. So did you have anything coming up or events on your channel that you wanted to promote right now to let people know?
Nope, my channel's pretty chill.
Okay.
I read things, I babble about them. That's about it.
All right. I had one thing coming up tomorrow that is just a quick reminder that Anita A.F. Stewart is a fellow historical fiction author, and I know we are few and far between. So I have my eye on one Black Authortuber, and she's working on historical fiction, but it's not out yet. So I was like, oh, next year. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Anita is hosting, I think, 5 of us who are talking about historical fiction on her channel tomorrow. So if you're a historical fiction nerd like I am, you can pop over there, put that in your notifications to watch, and we'll be talking about history and writing about history. So it should be good. All right. So once you get to the spreadsheet, you just go through and copy everything below. So you put the author name, the author title, the channel URL. You just copy everything from before and just do it for yours. So it should be pretty simple. It might be in there. You could either put it at the bottom line or you could put it up with the other titles under your name, JC. So pick your poison. Okay. Any other questions?
I was going to say, JC, if you want to just, I don't know, give me the info, I could add it in.
We'll do a live demonstration. That was on my list. So why don't we do a live demonstration here?
Cool.
Are you in the spreadsheet?
I am.
All right. So we're going to show everybody.
Yeah, well, should I add it? Maybe I'll just add it next to her book. Okay, we've got the diary in here. I'm going to just add a row.
Okay.
So I'm at row 22.
All right. We're seeing it on the screen.
This
so
is
we copy that. We copy that.
Her channel, and then the weight of her. And this is contemporary fiction. And then where is it available?
So she just put the link in the chat, which you can't access. So I'm going to add. Boop. Did it go?
Yeah.
Did I put it in the wrong cell? Can't see
because at first you got it.
Okay.
So it's in there.
Yay. There we go. Cool. Awesome. So that's how easy it is. And you can put your own books in there. No, that you don't have to be nominated. It's not like a book award. You can put your own books up. And you can also read other Black Authortubers books. So it's just come one, come all, and love to see people participate and give us some more reviews for the year.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And this is something that I notice in YouTube authors in general. So
absolutely. Yeah. Very female dominated.
Hard to find.
Yeah. They have not gone out and looked. So I also wonder if this could be a bias, right? That
I've looked. I've done specific searches.
That's what I want to read.
Yeah. I've tried to get, lots of different names every year, try to go out and do the same searches. And
yeah. Okay. So right. You've tried.
But if you find them, include them in the chart. We'd be delighted.
Yeah.
And I think that is it for me. Was there anything else you wanted to say for the announcement for the readathon?
Nope. I'm just super excited. I really like putting together my little list and working my way through it in February, and it's a blast.
Yeah. Does it have to be an Authortuber? I mean, I would say I am definitely filling in my Black Authortuber reads with Black other author reads. But if they don't have a channel, there's no way to interact. So the readathon is really for Black Authortubers, and then you can do all the more Black author reading you want. It's just that pool is so much bigger that it's not. It's definitely not my community. So I don't feel like I have as much, skin in the game, to use a questionable metaphor. I'm sure it'll turn out to be a terrible idiom, but yeah. I met a Black male author last year who I could probably get his info for their spreadsheet. Yeah. Well, tell him to start a YouTube channel, because you just need to be like a few videos in, and yeah, that would be fun. That would be great. Okay. So did I forget anything besides the links that are wrong?
We went through all our questions. Yeah.
Yes. We got through all the questions in the chat, and I think I got through all my little banners here. And yeah, maybe there will be more added in. We don't know. There's still 2 weeks. Anything could happen.
I was just about to say the annoying thing about doing a kickoff video is like I just went through all these exciting books last night, picking out what are the ones I'm going to commit to, what are the ones that I'm thinking about as a possibility. There's a lot more.
Now you have to wait.
I have to wait. I mean, I could start early. We make the rules, right? I could start early. It's not the end of the world.
Right. Well, I was hoping to do it now to give people time to like adjust because I know some people plan their reads.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll do an actual kickoff Saturday night, January 31st, so that we can like start reading.
Yes, right.
All the permission slips. Yeah.
Then kickoff. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So thank you everyone for being here for the announcement. We're still around. We're still supporting Black author tubers, and that's all I got. So thanks everyone.
Awesome.
Hope to see you in the spreadsheet and then see your reviews when you finish as we go. So yeah, happy reading and take care of yourselves, everyone. Night.
Bye.